Fine, I am fine. My name is Nike Adekole. I am couple therapist and an emotional therapist. I work with people to solve their relational issues, and I run an organization called the Marriage Haven. So, just in case your marriage runs into any kind of problem, then I'm the right person to speak to. You're welcome to Relationship Talk with Nikem, where we get to talk about our relationships and where we get to talk about, those things that happen behind the scene that is responsible for how we act and how we behave in relationship. You're welcome once again. Thank you very much for always being here with me every Saturday morning. And I'm always pleased to bring this to you. If you're interested in working on your relationship, you want to take it to another level, you want it to be true, you want to operate with, good morning, Pastor Nee, good morning. Thanks for being here this morning. My number one supporter. Thank you very much. Good morning. If what you're interested in is to build a relationship that is strong, that is truly intimate, not for the grams, but you are really, really, truly happy, these are principles that will help you to build a lasting relationship that we teach on this platform. You're welcome once again. We have been talking about our relationship for the longest time. We spoke about how to avoid conflict in our relationship and what to do with conflict. Why is conflict in our relationship? And we spoke about that extensively since last week. Since about a month or two ago. And last week I remember that I introduced a concept to us, and I talked about conflict from the viewpoint of misinterpretation of intentions. Why is it that our intentions get misinterpreted? Why is it that people don't always receive what you're trying to give to them? And why is it that we always run into problems, and sometimes we even get bad names for trying to do good things to people? And I remember the last week I said I was going to introduce us to the concept of control and dominance in relationship. Why it is difficult for people to just get to accept the good that we're trying to do to them. So this week we are going to do more about that, and like I said, we are going to talk about the concept extensively. And this week, I want us to talk about misinterpretation of intentions, like let's say part 2, misinterpretation of intentions. But before I delve into the issue of dominance and control, I need to backtrack a little. I need to go into the origin of why there is misinterpretation of intention in the first place. Why do we get to misinterpret other people's intentions, or our intentions are being misinterpreted in our relationship? Why does that happen? And which would make me talk, like I said, I'm going to backtrack a bit. Eventually we are going to talk about dominance and control, but I want so that we are building one block after the other. We will need to backtrack a little so that we are able to get all the sides of the story. We are able to get all the sides of the story. So today, I'll be majorly focusing on familiarity. I'll be majorly focusing on familiarity. Like I tried to explain, we are going on a journey to dominance and control, but I want us to start from the inception. Trying to build one block after the other. So today I'm going to talk more about familiarity. And when we are talking about familiarity in our relationship, sometimes because there's this adage that says that familiarity breeds contempt, we tend to think that once you're familiar with somebody, it's a bad thing. But in marriage, at the inception of marriage, Familiarity is a natural occurrence that happens in marriage. In marriage, it is natural and healthy for us to want to get familiar with each other, for us to want to get to know people at a more intimate level. When it's almost like you don't want to know you can't get enough of that person at the inception of your relationship, which usually is intense for a lot of us. When we find teenagers in love, it reminds us of that year that year that we were involved in that phase of our relationship. Usually it is very intense, usually it is very dramatic for some people, and very heavy emotionally at that time. And it's like you can't get enough of each other. You just want to talk more with this person. I remember in my own days that year, speaking on the phone is still very expensive. In fact, it used to be per minute billing. Right now we do per second billing. And by the time you make one call, they have already removed a lot of money from you. And I remember that year they gave us I think MTN free calls or something, where you can talk all through the night or something. I remember that a lot of people will not sleep, and they will be up all night speaking to this person because of the free calls. Was it even free call? I think it was just reduced call, reduced rates at night. It's almost like you cannot get enough. You just want to continue talking to this person. And when you listen to some of the music that we have now, for all the Kiss Daniels of this world, all the Davidos of this world, and when they sing to their love, they always talk about come and stay with me forever. I want to have you forever. I want to bring you to my house. I want to camp you forever. And it's just very thrilling that this person that I got to speak to just, in the daytime, and sorry, that this person that I just want to have you forever. I want to have more of you, and it is natural to get familiar. The long and short of what I'm trying to say is that it is very healthy and natural to want to continue to know people deeper, and to want to continue to want more of them. And at that phase, it is healthy as well to continue to know people, and it's a natural growth process for us to continue to want to know each other, and we continue to know each other. But the truth is, the flip side of knowing people is that if we are not careful, we get to that place where we become over familiar. We become over familiar with our partners. Now this person has eventually moved in with you. Now this person, you are seeing this person, I want to see you 24/7, all those songs that they sing to us, that is really very exciting, and throws up a lot of love in the air. By the time you begin to see this person 24/7, truth is you will begin to know more than you are even comfortable with. And we begin to get comfortable with each other. And it gets to that point where sometimes, if we are not careful, and that is where I want to sound my own note of caution, is that we become over familiar